Alright, looks can be deceiving. It's sort of sunny, it's sort of cloudy, it's sort of too cold to go to the beach, and it's the middle of June. Yeah, I know. You're probably sick of hearing me talk about it, but you know, I feel ripped off. So anyway, it's nice out, but it's not warm enough to go to the beach. So what I'm going to do, actually, is it's been a long time since I've had actually the time to go for a long power walk, and since this is the day I actually kind of hope to go to the beach, I've actually got some time on my hands. So I'm going to go for a long power walk today. It's been a long time since I've done it. I used to do it a lot when I was first kind of going through my own transformation thing, where I felt I was quite overweight and needed to lose some weight. My hamstrings were acting up too much, so I couldn't really run or do much except walk. And I spent a lot of time walking, and I'm here to tell you that I don't care what anybody says. It's long, slow, boring cardio, sure, but some people like long, slow, boring cardio. I'm one of them, and it works. It's a great way to burn fat. Yes, it's a little bit slower than the more intense ways, but it works. So I'm going to do it today because it's been a while, and I kind of miss going way out there and just being gone and lost in my own head, and enjoying the scenery and walking fast and hard. I don't just stroll. It's a good hard work. But I think what I'd like to do is, I showed you guys all the construction that they were doing to the seawall months and months and months and months and months ago, promising us that it'd be finished in a month or two. Well, it took them, they only just opened up one section of the seawall maybe a week ago, and it's still behind fences. I don't even know if it'll be open today or not, but there is one section that's finished, and quite nice, except for a major screw up that I'm going to show you. I don't know what the engineers were thinking of, but I can't wait for autumn. I'll show you more when I get down there. But anyway, what I thought I'd do is I'd bring the camera today and show you guys what they did, and a little bit more about my running and walking path here in Vancouver, the Stanley Park Seawall. So let's go now, and I'll see you back. I'll see you down there. So of course it's a little windy today, so you might not be able to hear too much of what I'm saying. That sucks. Anyway, we'll do our best. Just a little scenery here, starting out my walk. We'll get to the repaired area soon. Alright, so here we're coming up to one of the areas that's still sort of semi under construction. Doesn't have the benches put back in yet. Doesn't have, well, they planted grass, and I think that's why the fences are still up, is just to keep people mostly off the grass. But it's the middle of June, you guys. We're supposed to be done in February. What's up? Oh my God. And this is closed still. Whenever they're working on it, it's closed. You can't get through. So it's just a little frustrating, because nothing's ever on time, on schedule, or on budget with the Parks Board in the city, or with the city for that matter. It's a nice seawall. It'll be nice when it's unfenced and fully accessible, maybe by about, what, November? Okay, here's another thing that I find absolutely flippin' ridiculous. They tore down the concession stand last winter, and are supposed to put up a restaurant with a concession stand in it, and they were supposed to be done for summer this year, and they're not even close. Apparently they ran into some little snag, and that won't be ready until next summer. So this is the most popular beach in Vancouver, English Bay. It's on a very busy roadway and whatnot. It's really accessible. The whole world comes down to this thing at the fireworks time, to the Symphony of Fire, or Celebration of Light it's called now, to watch fireworks be blown off from a barge. And there's no concession stand on this beach for the entire summer. Like, come on, you guys, what the hell? Seriously. It's ridiculous. It's the middle of June. Anyway, it just makes my blood boil that this city just can't get their act together. Really. Okay, well, we're now coming up to the actual completely repaired, completely finished, completely done section of the seawall that's been done for a couple of months now. I'll take a little brief stop at my hill sprints hill and show you where I do my hill sprints. and then I'll show you what has even more of my ire than everything else I've already shown you. How's that for fun? Alright, this may look like just another like pleasant grassy knoll, but it's not. It's actually my hillsprints hill, and I'll show you how. Hold on, here we come. Up to the path. When you get to this little area here, here's the path of the hill. This is the hill that I was really terrified that they were going to tear out when they decided to revamp the seawall. I was so scared they were just going to tear this hill right out and leave it, because it's the perfect place. It's an 8-minute run from home to here, and then I can run up and down this thing for about 21, 22 minutes and then run home for 8 minutes. Makes a 40-minute workout. It's really, really great. In the summer when it's really, really hot, it's underneath these two fantastically beautiful trees, which are probably the reason that the hill survived, because to tear these trees out would have probably gotten a lot of people up in arms. But so, you know, it's about a 20-second sprint up and about a 30-second walk down. And it's a great place to do hill sprints. I mean, you know, amongst all this sort of greenery and the ocean's right there. So it's my very favorite place to do hill sprints. And I'm really just grateful and relieved that it survived the construction, because I really was near panic mode. All right, let's move on. I'm going to show you what's wrong with this seawall that makes me crazy. Let me tell you a little story first of all. This seawall has had a history of getting beaten up by storms and having all these, see this stone wall right here? Having these stones get torn up and tossed around, and they weigh hundreds of pounds each. And they're expensive, they're granite. So in redoing the seawall, my expectation was that they were going to make the seawall something that could withstand the storms and sort of have better drainage and that kind of thing. But what did they do? They graded the seawall away from the water, so it's that way. The water's over there, right? So they graded it away. They didn't put any gaps in this stone wall at all for the water to get out when it's being pounded by waves. The only thing that they've got here for drainage are these manholes, which are all underneath these nice leafy trees. So come autumn, when all these leaves clog up that drainage and there's nowhere else for the water to go, and the seawall is graded away from the ocean, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to be flooded. I'll be running in what am I trying to say here? in ankle deep water. There's nowhere else for the water to go. So, I mean, in the other sections of the seawall, it's not a big deal because there's no trees right on the seawall. The water will probably drain out of these manholes just fine. But in this section where there's so many leaves, are they going to have someone come by every single day and pick the leaves out of the manholes so that the water can get out? Somehow, I don't think so. So, who thought this design up? Who's the bright guy in City Hall or engineering department at the Parks Board that decided that this was a good idea and a good design? Anybody out there with an engineering degree, please comment here and tell me why this is good, because I think it's ridiculous. And I've had conversations with people who just laugh at me. They think I'm nuts, but I don't think I am. So, anyway, this guy walked past just as I said that. People think I'm nuts. He laughed. That's pretty funny because he thinks I'm nuts. I'm sitting here talking to a camera. Anyway, okay, you guys, I've shown you the repair work. I've shown you what still needs to happen, and I've shown you why I'm pulling my hair out thinking this Parks Board's nuts. So I'm going to get on with my power walk now, and I'll see you again towards the end, okay? See you in a bit. Okay, I have to show you one more thing because I just got to this section where, in this section, yeah, when it's stormy, it does sometimes lose the rocks, these big things on the stone wall, but not as often as the other section used to, which is the reason they were fixing that section, and I didn't really bother with this section. But look at how this one's designed. The grading is towards the water, right? Seawall tilts towards the water. There's gaps in the stone wall. There's places for the water to go when the waves come up and crash. You know, I mean, this makes sense. This makes tons of sense. There's no, I don't even see any drainage holes. You know what? This area is almost never wet, even when it's raining. Like, I mean, it's wet, but it's not full of puddles and stuff like that. The new section has, the first time it rained, it was like, there was puddles everywhere. There was no, the water was just not going anywhere. So, you know, in this section, it's just, it's damp, but there's no puddles. So, you know, just this makes way more sense to me. Anyway, I think I'm getting repetitive now because I'm letting my emotion get the best of me. But, you know, anyway, still a beautiful place to run, and there are worse things to complain about. I just thought I'd share this with you guys so that you could see the repaired seawall, as well as sort of let me show off again my beautiful place where I go running on a regular basis. Really can't be beat. Really can't be. All right. Well, that was a pretty good power walk, I must say. One of the other things that I was thinking about while I was power walking was that it's a really good workout for your glutes. You know, I always have a sore butt the day after I do a long power walk, so, you know, there's lots of good things about walking. Walking's not a bad thing, no matter what the gurus out there say. I got one more little vent and rant for you, though, before we go. And that is, we're at a different beach now. This one's Sunset Beach. And it's a pretty popular beach as well. And good old Parks Board, good old City of Vancouver has the bathrooms behind a fence. Also supposed to be finished by February. So, you know, popular beach, no bathrooms. Well, let me correct myself. Yes, there's bathrooms. If you enjoy going to Porta John's, no running water, no fountain, no nothing. And this is where I end my run, so it's frustrating because at the end of my run I need to drink water pretty badly. And I hate carrying those plastic running bottles with me because I don't really like drinking plasticky flavored water, so it's frustrating. Anyway, I've got one more piece of business to do before I can go home, and so we'll be right back. Alright, that's it. All business is now taken care of, and I can go now. I'm going to stop at the little grocer on the way home and grab myself some fruit. I hope they've got mangoes because I'm really itching for some mangoes now today. I'm really quite hungry. So I'm going to stop at the market and get some fruit and head home and make dinner. I think I've got a organic greens salad with a can of skinless, boneless, wild sockeye salmon on top, with balsamic vinegar and flax oil as my dressing. So that's what my plan is now, and then I'll probably plop in front of the laptop for a couple hours and keep on working towards getting that book out. All right, you guys, hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you soon. Take care.